You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A public meeting was held last night to address one borough's massive flooding problem in Schuylkill County. Our Julie Stefanovich has more on the story.
Many homes in the borough of Gilberton are still underwater after last Thursday's rainstorm. Officials say a nearby bridge project and clogged pipes were to blame. Numerous longtime residents have never seen flooding at this capacity before.
This is unbelievable. I've never seen water like this.
As if dealing with the turmoil of the COVID-19 pandemic wasn't enough, people in the neighborhood now have to deal with the flooding, and they want answers on how the damage will be dealt with. That's why a public meeting was held last night.
Next hurdle is getting these people some money. That's going to be the biggest hurdle, getting them some help.
Mayor Hannon and others are talking with federal officials to see what aid can be given. And due to high premiums, some residents are left without flood insurance.
I want it replaced, and I want it replaced with what it would cost if I had flood insurance. And I would have flood insurance if we could afford it. They wanted $500 down for flood insurance. That's why we don't have it.
Neighbors now face an extensive cleanup.
With the water coming in, it brought in silt. It's all over the floor. I don't have a finished basement. Don't misunderstand. But there it is. I still go down in that basement. I don't want to track it through my house.
People are encouraged to get tetanus shots and document the damage.
We don't know what's in this water, first of all. There's a lot of contaminants, I'm sure. I don't know firsthand what's in here, but I know people have, oil and chemicals in their homes and all.
Crews and pumps have been in place working on the flooding, but Hannon predicts that the waters may not recede entirely until Saturday. A collection drive has been set up, and the borough plans to start a GoFundMe account. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. After being vandalized for the second time in 3 days, City Council must decide on whether or not to remove the monument honoring Christopher Columbus from Public Square. The 10,000-pound, 7-foot-tall monument honoring Christopher Columbus in Wilkes-Barre was found vandalized this past Friday night, then again Monday morning. The statue was splattered with red acrylic paint. Wilkes-Barre police collected the empty bottles of paint found lying on the ground for a secondary investigation.
Those that are causing damage and destruction should be penalized. We've offered to press charges. The city's following up on it. It is wrong to destroy our history.
Both Friday night and Monday morning, a local man took the time to clean most of the paint off the statue, which is public property, because of the love he has for the community.
Disgusted, all the work I did, now I got to redo it over, even harder. I'll keep on doing it until...
However, an online petition with over 700 signatures as of Monday night pushes for a different piece of history to be highlighted on Public Square.
I do not condone vandalism whatsoever, and that is actually the reason, that was the impetus for me writing this petition.
That piece involves William Thomas, an escaped slave from Virginia who took refuge in Wilkes-Barre and jumped into the Susquehanna River to escape federal marshals back in 1853. Thomas reportedly worked at the Phoenix Hotel on River Street when federal agents recognized him and attacked, escaping them by jumping into the Susquehanna River.
When Thomas got to the river, he was actually wading in the water, and he was shot at by the federal marshals. Meanwhile, there was an entire crowd of black and white residents who physically put themselves in the way of the marshals who were trying to chase Thomas upriver. The crowd creating a physical barricade actually helped him get to freedom and saved his life that day. Right. And that's powerful.
Greco doesn't want to see the statue go, but says either way, there are options to get Thomas built in that don't involve vandalism.
Of course, I'm Italian descent, and I do care about Christopher Columbus, but I also care very much about being equal and doing a proper way of protesting and not doing damage. You want to put up a statue? Go to City Council, get permission, raise the funds, and put up a statue. This is our history. This is somebody who we've embraced as a nation, and you don't have a right to take anything away.
Wilkes-Barre City Council seems split at this time on whether or not to make moves on a replacement statue.
We need to do more to represent not only the needs of our Black neighbors, but their amazing contributions to our society.
Anyone with information on the vandalism should call the Wilkes-Barre Police Detective Division at 570-208-4222. A House resolution was introduced earlier today calling for the impeachment of Governor Tom Wolf. State Representative Darrell Metcalf and 24 co-sponsors filed 5 articles of impeachment, citing misbehavior in office. Metcalf said Wolf must be held accountable for his actions that have harmed so many citizens and violated their rights. He went on to say that millions were impacted by the governor's arbitrary, non-transparent, and extreme stay-at-home and business shutdown orders. A former Hazleton man was denied bail after being captured and extradited to the U.S. from the Dominican Republic. 30-year-old Willis Gonzalez is accused of fatally shooting Judah Hope back on January 16th of 2011. The murder happened at Green and Wyoming Streets in Hazleton. He was charged with homicide a few days later, but fled the area to his native home in the Dominican Republic. He was taken into custody by authorities March 4th and brought back to the United States last Friday. He was denied bail and remains behind bars at Luzerne County Prison with a preliminary hearing scheduled for June 24th. 2 people were flown to trauma centers Monday after hitting a dog and being thrown from their motorcycle in Ryan Township. The pair was riding along Hillside Drive near Shady Lane, which was closed for about an hour due to the crash. State police at Frackville are still investigating the crash. No new information was released as of late Monday, but we'll be sure to bring you the latest once more is made available. Sidewalk replacement and repaving of heavily traveled street projects are underway in the city. Mayor Jeff Cassatt said the grant will dictate the scope of streetscape projects installing sidewalks, drainage upgrades, and milling for parts of Alter and Wyoming streets, as well as resurfacing and planting trees. Administrators plan to use more than $3 million in grants and loans to complete other large paving projects. For now, that includes Cedar and Wyoming streets extending from Diamond Avenue to Buttonwood Street, as well as Pine and Laurel streets from Broad to Buttonwood streets. The countdown continues in Luzerne County as the election board reviews ballots from the June 2nd primary. Workers reviewed over 2,800 provisional ballots and now have the task of processing around 5,000 mail-in and provisional ballots that contain write-in votes. Normally, write-in names are typed, but because of the mail-ins, board members have to now decipher handwriting before accepting the ballots and manually entering them. The board plans to certify results by June 22nd and hold a public virtual meeting on the 24th. Coming up on Wyln News, funding for autism, plus blood donations being tested for COVID-19. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kits. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's Wyln forecast is partly cloudy.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Governor Tom Wolf announced a $260 million fund to help those with intellectual disabilities or autism. WYLN's Philip Kaufman has the details.
Today, new funding was announced for the providers of support services for Pennsylvanians with intellectual disabilities and autism.
So today, we're announcing an addition to this list, a $260 million investment of CARES Act funding into support for Pennsylvanians with intellectual disabilities or autism.
Those providers will receive $260 million in CARES Act funding to help continue providing their services during the COVID-19 pandemic.
This funding is going to improve the quality of life for these Pennsylvanians throughout the COVID-19 crisis, but it's also going to have a broader impact. It will help keep the Pennsylvanians who have dedicated their lives to caring for these folks to help them stay healthy and safe. And it's going to provide their families and loved ones with relief in knowing that we are committed to providing the highest level of care possible, even during a pandemic like this one.
The governor was joined by Department of Human Services Secretary Teresa Miller, who outlined details of the funding disbursement.
These dollars are intended to supplement the budgets of an industry built on the values of service, caregiving, and inclusion, an industry that's been hit particularly hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. I want to start by thanking the service providers and direct support professionals who've persevered and continue to persevere through an unprecedented crisis to maintain Pennsylvania's home and community-based system of critical supports for individuals with intellectual disabilities and autism.
Approximately 35,000 Pennsylvanians with intellectual disabilities and autism receive supportive services. The funding will provide $90 million to providers of residential, respite, and shift nursing services, $80 million to providers of community participation support services, and $90 million to providers of in-home and community-supported and small group employment, companion, and transportation trip services.
Again, I would like to thank our ID and autism service providers and direct support professionals for their work this year and their continued dedication to helping families, friends, and neighbors with disabilities. The Department of Human Services is committed to supporting this industry and the vulnerable population that it serves throughout this crisis and into a post-pandemic world. This commitment extends to the financial solvency of the industry, the economic stability of its workforce, and the rights of individuals with intellectual disabilities and autism to lead healthy, happy, and fulfilling everyday lives.
Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thanks, Phil. The Wyoming Valley Mall in Wilkes-Barre Township's getting set to welcome back the public after a long COVID-19 hiatus. It'll reopen Friday morning at 11 as Luzerne County enters the green phase. Anchor store J.C. Penney announced that it'll open Wednesday at noon and hold special early hours for at-risk customers from 11 a.m. to noon. The mall will be open Mondays through Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 6. The Pennsylvania Department of Aging issued reopening guidance for establishments serving senior citizens. The department collaborated with members of area agencies on aging, as well as adult day centers, to ensure that reopenings are conducted gradually and cautiously. Senior centers in green counties that'll fully or partially reopen need to develop new operational policies to include social distancing, sanitation practices, and the number of people attending at one time. Guidelines also recommended daily health checks for participants and staff prior to them entering program areas. All blood, platelet, and plasma donations are now being tested for COVID-19 for a limited time. The American Red Cross said the testing indicates if the donor's immune system produced antibodies for this coronavirus, regardless of whether they developed symptoms or not. Donations will be tested using samples pulled at the time of donation, with results between 7 to 10 days after. Donation appointments can be made on the free blood donor app by visiting redcrossblood.org, calling 1-800-RED-CROSS, or enabling the blood donor skill on any Alexa Echo device. In case you missed it, WYLN will be rebroadcasting Crestwood Area High School's 2020 graduation. The graduation will be re-aired this Saturday, June 20th from 7:30 to 10 p.m. The ceremony highlights the Crestwood seniors and their families' celebrations of this magical milestone through the COVID-19 pandemic. So, tune in this Saturday night to see Crestwood's finest celebrating their achievements right here on WYLN TV. Coming up on Gilberton's News Choice, we bring back our motorcycle safety talk on this Trooper Talk Tuesday and Community and You, plus your Takeout Tuesday winner. Stay with us.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Life is different, but it hasn't stopped. So when curiosity turns into a rash, an LVHN video visit is just a click away. No matter what you need, whether it's a phone call with a primary care provider or a specialist, or you just need advice on your health, we have a virtual care option that's right for you. And the best part? You'll always be seen by a Lehigh Valley Health Network provider. Visit lvhn.org/virtual to learn more.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
Welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. It's Trooper Talk Tuesday, and I'm here with Trooper Anthony Petrowski from Pennsylvania State Police here in Hazleton. And today we're talking about motorcycle safety. It's nicer weather out now. We're in May. A lot of people are tired of being cooped up in the winter, so they're getting their motorcycles out. And this is a great time to remind people of motorcycle safety, to give them the distance they need, not to be right up on them, and so all of us can get where we're going safely.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about motorcycles is they can really get caught up in a blind spot when you drive a vehicle, no matter if it's a big truck or if it's a car. So you really have to pay extra attention. They're going to be out now. They're already out riding around. It's nice weather. They should be out there. We have to keep an eye out for them. And again, we shouldn't be following too close to a motorcycle or any other vehicle, because if they stop quick, you have to be able to have enough time and distance to be able to stop your vehicle also.
And also with motorcycles, and a lot of people need to pay attention, especially on the highways as they're trying to merge on. There are some people with motorcycles who, kind of move around that shouldn't be doing stuff, trying to weave through stuff, because they think they're smaller and they can get through. but something you need to be aware of as well as a driver of a car or a truck, to pay attention and know what's going on.
Right, and even if somebody makes an illegal lane change or something like that, we still have to be aware. We have to be aware of our surroundings as a driver. You can't just automatically assume that everybody's going to follow the rules correctly. That's why we have police officers. But again, you have to be aware of your surroundings, keep an eye out for those motorcycles.
And something along the same lines, we also want to be aware of some of the UTVs, ATVs, dirt bikes that will be out now. A lot of them are not supposed to be on roads if they're not licensed or registered, correct?
Correct. If it's an unregistered vehicle, it cannot be on a road in the Commonwealth. Please don't ride them on the roads.
And we got to pay attention, because I know, seeing here in the Hazleton area, they are kind of going between strip mine areas and wooded areas, and they come flying across roads.
Right.
You know, another thing drivers just need to be aware of.
Right, and it could cause a lot of danger to other cars on the road and to those people on those dirt bikes, those UTVs, especially if they're not wearing a helmet and now all of a sudden there's a crash. It could be bad. So again, just use caution. Please don't take them out on the roads.
All right, so if you're going to be out driving, be aware of the motorcycles and everything else out there. And if you are, operator of a motorcycle or a dirt bike that is on the road, make sure you're paying attention as well. Always make sure you're abiding by the law. And remember, those UTVs and ATVs, they don't belong on the roads if they're not licensed properly here in the Commonwealth. Thanks for joining us here on Trooper Talk Tuesday, everyone. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
WYLN TV 35 and the Lehigh Valley Health Network are recognizing our area's everyday heroes Thursdays on the WYLN News Facebook page. Every single person, young or old, has the potential to be an everyday hero through simple acts of courage, kindness, and love. So don't delay, spread the word, and nominate your everyday hero by sending us a picture and short message at our website or through our Facebook page at facebook.com/WYLN News. Let's shine some light on our everyday heroes.
WYLN partnered with Heller's Gas to bring you a weekly online promotion, and we have this week's winner. Takeout Tuesday features 5 local restaurants each week on our Facebook page. All you have to do is like Heller's Gas, WYLN News, and each featured restaurant's Facebook pages to be entered to win. Then, click and share the post. One winner is picked at random every Tuesday to win the featured gift certificate bundle. And it looks like this week's winner is Sabrina Williams. Be sure to keep tabs on our Facebook page for your chance to be our winner next week. WYLN's also partnered with Wild Meats for a great Father's Day giveaway. One lucky winner will receive a summer sausage gift box. To be entered to win, all you have to do is like Wild Meats and WYLN News on Facebook and comment on our post about what exotic meat you would dare to try. We'll pick one random winner this Friday, June 19th, to win the Summer Sausage Gift Box. So, good luck, everyone. Another coronavirus cancellation for you, this time in Lackawanna County. The 25th annual Steamtown Marathon has officially been canceled due to the ongoing pandemic. The many unknowns kept the race from going on as planned, and Lackawanna moving into green meant nothing since the limit on gatherings over 250 people is still in effect. Runners are being encouraged to donate their entry fee to St. Joseph's Center. The next race is scheduled for October 10th, 2021. You better check to see if you've won, because this $1 million winning scratch-off was sold in Schuylkill County. According to the Pennsylvania Lottery, the winning ticket was a $1 million cash blowout scratch-off and sold from the Unity Food Mart on West Main Street in Girardville. Unity Food Mart will be getting a $5,000 bonus for selling the winning ticket. The winner's identity and date the ticket was sold weren't released at this time. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you'll find the real facts about COVID-19 from LVHN or who's open for business. Stay with us. Look at today's weather's next right here on WYLN TV.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all